Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Just you know.
Hanging
What do
out?
you think? Yeah,
I
chilling.
I had to make sure that everything was kind of set up in the stream,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
I have your offline or your header banner in the background. I look
Okay.
very
Dude, that
professional
header
and
banner is like 4 years old.
oh. Well, it still says GhasklinTV, so this is what we're going with.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. It's so old. Dude, I made that when I was like 11 or something. I don't know. It's so old, dude. I
Oh.
remember actually making it. I need to update that. Actually, I'll probably get a new one made.
So, for those of you just coming to the stream, speaking with GhasklinTV, he is a good friend, member of the Mushu clan, awesome person, and yes, I am wearing a pink bunny outfit for this interview. I thought I would look my best. Um, so I'm wearing the. You probably are familiar with the Gaslin because it's the one that was on the Mushu
Yeah,
video.
yeah. You danced. That was funny.
Yes. Uh, if I can figure out a way to have that in the intro. Um, what do you mean you lost Corky? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Okay, so just to kind of set up a few ground rules for this, during the interview, if people stop in, I might like wave at the camera or something, or I might type something and at you in chat, but I don't really want to interrupt Gasklin while he's talking, because that's just bad form. Um, and yeah, and anyways, so happy that people could make it. Welcome to the first episode of Yawn After Dark, where we're going to have our first segment, which is going to be Meet the Streamer. And Gasklin has so kindly offered to be the first. So hopefully this is awesome. This is supposed to be a relaxed kind of interview. And for those of you who are new to this idea, hey cat ears, uh, the whole idea behind this is to allow people um, to bring communities together because in the vastness of Twitch, even though, for instance, Gasklin and I are on the same stream team, the Mushu clan. There's how many people on the stream team now, Gask?
Oh God.
20 at least, maybe
56.
56. Okay,
56 people. Yeah.
so even in the Mushu clan, which is pretty darn tight knit as far as stream teams go, it's still hard to keep up with everybody. So this gives people a chance to come in, talk, and because otherwise we have essentially as streamers probably 30 seconds to a minute to get to put upon somebody an impression of who we are, and it's very very limiting. This gives a chance for people to come on, talk, hang out, and just really get to introduce themselves if you haven't had a chance to meet them. Gask is awesome. I have had the chance to meet him, but for the sake of pretending that most people haven't, we're gonna go ahead and go through stuff. I'm gonna let Gask go ahead now and introduce himself, and if there's anything that he wants to say going in, but I'm gonna hand it over to him for right now.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hello. If you don't know me, my name is Gasklin. I usually stream Overwatch, but at the moment I've not really been streaming it. I'm a 4.2 peak Rhyme player. I'm scuffed as fuck, but I'm so scuffed that I just have to own it at this point. Like if I get something brand new, it'll break, but it's like not completely broken. So I just own it. It's there. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm just scuffed. I'm a Papaga streamer. I like to keep my streams hype. I like to interact a lot with my chat more than my gameplay, which is why I lose a lot of SR. I think maybe I'm just bad, but yeah, I'm usually an Overwatch streamer. But recently I've been doing a lot of variety, and Yeah, that's about it.
What, if you don't mind me asking, where did the name come from, Gasklin?
Completely random. I
Completely
made it up in my head.
right.
Just came to my head. I was like, "I, this is it." I made it. I think it was like because I was a big Minecraft kid when I was younger. Um, I think it just came to me then because aghast, the big things, white square things in the sky in the nether. Yeah,
Right.
I think it was kind of inspired by that, but really it just came to my head. It was just a random name.
I
It,
think it's
it, it flows off the tongue easily.
pretty
So
pretty par for the course. I think a lot of people come up with a name and D&D character or something when they're a kid, and they're like, "This is awesome." And then 10 years later, they're like, "I'm not changing it. I'm too dedicated now. We're too far in." you know. Um.
well, I
Oh, go
used to
ahead.
play Minecraft before I played. Like, so basically, I would play a lot of Minecraft on my laptop, and then I moved over to console for a really long time. And I played Overwatch on console as my first like real big FPS game that I was really into. I played it since beta, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I actually got enough money. I was like, all right, I'm gonna save up enough money, and I'm gonna build my own PC because I've always wanted to do that. Right, I'm a big nerd, and um, I built my own PC. And then yeah, I got Overwatch. I played Overwatch, um, and yeah, and I just transitioned completely over to PC, and it was all good. It was great.
Did you, when you first started Overwatch on console, what console did you have?
Xbox. I had an
Xbox.
Xbox One. Yeah.
And did you switch over because one of the mods in the channel, friend of the stream, Scarm, he started out as a tank player on console, and then he switched over and became a Widow God. Did you keep the same role, or did you switch over? Did something feel more natural being on PC than it did on console, or?
Okay, so I was a DPS player on console.
Mhm.
I think I peaked like top 50 EU, but it wasn't very high SR. I was like 4K because like the game's dead on EU on Xbox.
Mhm.
Um, so I did that, and then I've always liked PC. PC has just always been better. I have one of my best friends in real life plays PC, um, and I've always like when I was like first starting Overwatch, I had this mindset of wanting to go pro.
Mhm.
So going to PC is an easier way to do that, right? And I went to PC, and then I was a DPS main on console, and then I was a DPS. No, I was a Zarya main for my first 2 seasons, I think, and then just to get used to the mouse and the tracking. And then my first season, I peaked 3.5. Then the next season after that, I peaked 3.6. I think, or 3.7. I just dropped to plat because I was that tilted. Um, and then I kept playing, and I decided to play Hanzo. I peaked 3.7 on Hanzo, and then the next season after that was when Roll Queue came out. And dude, I hated waiting in the queues for stuff like literally like 20 minutes. I just didn't want to do it, so I just played tank, and I was just naturally good at tank, I guess.
And we
So.
kind of have a similar background in that I tried to play. Actually, the first character I played on console was Mercy, because I had no idea how to do anything in an FPS that was competitive. So I'm like, you know what? Just give me the beam, and I'm just gonna follow people around the map and hope that for the best. And what ended up happening
Mm-hmm.
was I switched over to PC, and I was bad as bad could be. I started out in silver, and
Mm-hmm.
I uh, I ended up transitioning because this was pre-roll queue, and so in silver everybody thinks they're a DPS god, and so it would be 5 DPS and maybe a support player if you were lucky, and you
Mm-hmm.
just lose games because probably better than anybody how much just having the tank presence matters. And
Right.
so I just switched over to tank because like if nobody else is going to do it. In fact, actually, the first name I had was an homage to all the silver DPS gods, and it was Instalock DPS. And but it was Instalock DPS, but all my hours were on tanks. So it was always funny to watch people when I'd queue up. People would get immediately tilted at my name because they were like, "Oh, he's Instalock DPS. He's gonna lock DPS. He's an asshole." and then I would lock tank, and then they would go, "Oh, he's throwing because he's a DPS player." I had an open profile too. I haven't never had a closed profile, but yeah, I can definitely understand that. And I don't know about you, but I enjoy playing tank. I have a lot of fun.
I enjoy playing tank too. I like Ryan, but like when you play May, I just wanna hit you in Minecraft. You know, I just wanna hit you with an enchanted sword or some shit. It's horrible. You're actually the spawn of the devil if you play May into Orion.
Agree,
Disgusting.
agreed. I think it's pretty funny because it's interesting to see what people you'll have Chipsa, for instance. He plays Doom, so he hates Widow, and you have different players have different opinions on what characters are broken. But it's always interesting to hear tank players' opinions because tanks have such an impact in the game, and then you have this one character that just decimates them. You have a Mei running at you as Reinhardt, takes 5 hits to kill her practically, or four. Sorry, takes 4 hits to
Hmm.
kill her. If she's got a wall, a self heal, and she can perma freeze you,
Yeah.
and it's just you just don't typically win those fights, and it's interesting to see what tank players say. As a tank player playing Overwatch, to get to you know the upper echelon, I mean 4.2, I mean it's not you know unobtainable. We've had people do it, but it is definitely something that is a tremendous achievement. I think it's awesome that you did that.
Oh, thank you.
And but how do you go from where did you say you started again, Plat or
I started in Diamond
starting
on PC.
Diamond? Okay, so
Mhm.
how did you from the mindset? Because it's one of the things that like I think transition. Sorry, I'm losing my bunny ears. Uh, but I think this is one of the things that kind of carries over to not just in Overwatch, but as a whole, as a streamer, as a person, how do you keep a and we all get tilted, right? That's only human. About the fourth time that you've had somebody stream sniping you and cheating or throwing your games or whatever, it just becomes par for the course that you're going to get tilted because that's human, reaction when somebody's being a colossal jackass. But how do
Hmm.
you overall keep the drive and push to improve that much and keep climbing?
Well, okay, so I'm someone who gets tilted a lot, right?
Right.
And I'm guilty of that. I can get tilted very easily. Well, not anymore as much, but like, um, say, okay, say that you're, oh no, say that you're doing a job that takes 3 people to complete this job, right? It's impossible to do it with one, two, or 3 people, right?
Mhm.
Not one, two, one or 2 people, right? You have to have 3 people to do this job, and let's say one person's messing up, and they're literally they're inexperienced, right? They're not as experienced as you. You're better than them in a way. There's nothing you can really do about it, right? You can't control who you queue into. You can't control what you're going to queue into when it comes to hackers or when it comes to stream snipe. Well, you can stop stream sniping, but like hackers, throwers, you can't really control that, right? And it takes a lot of getting used to, and I'm not really the one to talk to when it comes to not getting tilted and not having a negative attitude when stuff like that happens. But it's kind of like you need to have the mentality of like, oh, I can't control it. No point in getting mad over it. Just move on, go again. Like there's nothing you can really do about it. And the funny thing is that when I peaked, I actually played with Holly. Um, and she's ultra PMA, right?
Mhm.
So, like I guess it kind of rubbed off on me, and we just kept grinding and kept going, and we just kept winning and winning and winning, and we didn't even notice. And dude, we like I finished on 4.2, and then I played off stream, and I went to 4.250, and I got into a game with the Fran actually, and I was against ML7, and I know this really like I know this fucking like you know like clearly. And then my little sister went and took the internet out because she was pissed off. Now I DC'd, and by the time my internet turned back on, my game was over. I lost 50 SR, and and then I went into another game, I lost 50 SR again, and I went to another game, I lost that game. So it just went all downhill from there. I could have actually we were winning that game too, and I could have gone further, more likely,
Hmm.
but it was just kind of like my yeah, just DCs. Um, yeah, mostly DCs, and my computer just kept messing up after that.
The
Um,
internet is the final boss in every video game for every every player, I think.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's kind of just having the mindset of like you can't really do anything about people throwing at games or hacking. It's nothing you can actually do about it. So you just got to move on with it and just keep going forward and always have the mindset of wanting to improve and wanting to get up. Because if you don't have that mindset, you're not going to improve. Like a
Right.
lot of people in lower ranks are like, dude, how do I improve? How do I get better? You watch your own gameplay back and you notice your flaws and you fix those flaws. Like for instance, I playing like when I'm with my friends, I play in gold, right?
Hmm.
And there's people who are like standing in the middle of a choke, and that's just bad. That's just bad positioning. And there's people who will just stall when they shouldn't be stalling, or like using alts when they shouldn't be using alts. It's all about game
Right.
sense, and it's all about just playing more and experiencing the mistakes that you're making, and then improving on those mistakes, and then just trying to create like a thing in your mind of like wanting to create a mentality of wanting to improve and just keep watching your gameplay back, and it
As a
just works that way.
as a tank player, what do you look for in, your teammates?
In my teammates
Hmm.
support, I make them space. They make use of the space.
Okay.
That's
So
what I look for. As long as they're making use of the space that I'm creating for them and following up, I'm fine with it. You know.
okay. So basically, I mean, DPS, obviously we expect them to get kills. Um, One of the things that has always been kind of hard for me to somewhat expect is actually, hang on one second. I'm gonna feel
I
rude
saw it.
if I
I
don't.
saw it.
Yeah, if I don't. If
It's
I don't.
fine. Go for it.
Welcome everybody from Panda Stream. Panda, love you so much, buddy. We are doing the first episode of Yawn After Dark at 5 p.m. So it's clearly not after dark. Um, and I am dressed in a friggin' bunny costume. But this is something that I was actually going to message you about Panda 2. But right now we have special guest GhasklinTV on, and I am doing an interview with him right now. So I just want to go ahead and address that I love you all. Thank you so much for the raid. Um, but I also, with doing the interview and stuff, I want to keep that rolling. So I would love for you all to stay in chat. We've got a great conversation going on here. And at a future point, I hope to be able to interview Panda. And I hope to be able to interview pretty much any of you all at stream. So I think uh, I think it's an awesome time to get to hang out with you all and get to know you all. I've already learned a ton about Gasklin that I didn't know. Um, so going back to what you were talking about with creating space as a tank player.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that you're primarily a Rhine player.
Yeah.
Okay. As a Reinhardt, what do you think are some key crucial differences between the level that you play at and common mistakes that you would see a gold Reinhardt, a plat Reinhardt? What tend to be their tendencies?
The biggest mistake they make is that they don't press W. They're scared of pressing W. They'll what they'll do is they'll press W, right? And they'll swing a little bit and they'll go back. And they'll just give them the space back.
Right.
And like they don't maintain their shield health properly. The main thing you want to do when you push with your shield is you don't want to lose as much shield health as possible, right? But you want to be as most efficient with it as you can. So, for instance, let's say Nepal, right? I think it's Shrine, the one with the steps, and then it's the point, and
Yeah,
then it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
big
That's Shrine.
thing in the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah, Shrine. Say you're going to attack, right? You'd more likely want to go right side because you're not losing. You don't you're not losing as much shield health. You're just walking through for free. You're gaining space for free.
Okay.
And and a lot of like because you're closer to the point. Then you're making a closer fight, and you don't have to use your shield as much on the way, and you kind of just like you know you kind of just like you basically your shield is more efficient, and a lot of gold players or silver or plat players don't really do that. They don't make a good efficiency of their shield, and it can lead to your team getting decimated behind you, or their Ryan getting a free slam off, you getting absolutely destroyed, especially if they have a Zen. Um, they also make you could also bait out shatters really easily as well. Um, they make it really easy to do that. Also, shattering them is really easy too because they don't really because you could just flank as
Hmm.
a Ryan. You could just go around and shatter for free. They don't really understand. Like they don't think, oh shit, where's the Rhine to? I don't see the Rhine. Fuck, where does the Rhine? No, you just shatter for free. They don't understand. Like they don't really understand that. There's a lot of things that goal players um don't really understand game sense wise and mechanically. Because a lot of people don't understand that Reinhardt is a very mechanical character. There's a lot of mechanics to him. Um, not like aim mechanical, no, but like there's a lot of tricks you can do.
Well,
And a lot of gold players don't understand that.
I think the two biggest things that I would add to that, and I completely agree with what you're saying. I think that W is the biggest. I've actually told people before when I'm doing VOD reviews for them, I would rather see somebody be overly aggressive in gold than not aggressive enough. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you tune back the level of aggression, if they're too aggressive, you'll be at a perfect point. Whereas there seems to be some confidence, some hindrance with somebody that doesn't want to push forward at all.
Mm-hmm.
There
Just scared
seems,
of dying.
yeah, there seems to be, an issue there. And what a lot of two of the most important things that I learned in playing tank, especially with somebody like Reinhardt, is number one, um, play the corners. Playing the cover, you were explaining on Nepal, playing the cover is one of the biggest, most crucial things you can do. I mean, they can't hit you from behind a wall, even if you're, the 7 foot
Mm-hmm.
four, was it German engineering, the
Yeah.
walking juggernaut. You can't get hit. It's like that first long stretch of Havana. If you're pushing the payload, and there's not a widow sitting up top trying to snipe your team, if they're hiding behind that corner, just go to the right of the payload and come up to the corner to the left after they've pushed, or after you've pushed the cart and that you
Mm-hmm.
have to interact. But don't walk out in the open in front of the cart holding up your shield. You won't have it then when you need it. The second thing
Mm-hmm.
I learned that was really important was that as a Rhine, you have 500 health, right? And part of that's armor.
Yeah.
Using your body to soak up damage in place of your shield sometimes so that you can save your shield, which is more crucial in the middle of the fight because it's not going to recharge because it's taking damage, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and you're holding it up. So using your body to soak up some of that damage and knowing when to
Yeah.
use shield and not. Did you see the video by the way? I need to send it out and retweet it. Um, uh, but it's of Kaiser getting a frame perfect shatter block, like a one frame shatter block.
Oh
You
no, I didn't see that.
you
No.
it's on Hanamura, and he literally pops up. You just see the so you know how when Ryan holds up his shield, it
Mm-hmm.
starts with an expansion of like a solid square, and then the barrier comes out.
Yeah.
It's just that first part of the solid square. Uh,
Oh shit, that's crazy.
let me see here. Let me go to see if I can find this. Um, uh,
If I'm gonna talk about like being a good tank main and not just a Reinhardt main, is also like having the game sense of knowing when to switch against different comps.
right.
You can't if you're going against dive and your DPS are dog shit, for instance, and you're a Ryan, you can't play Ryan into it. You're just gonna get melted. Um, but if your DPS are decent and they can actually um sort of stop a dive, um, they kind of they kind of you can kind of just push forward and shit if you have good CC.
How crucial do you think it is as a even as a Rhyme player? How crucial do you think it is to have synergy with your off tank?
Hmm. See, when goats was a thing, you had to have synergy with the Saria and the Diva, because you had to basically, like, you're the whole team. It's kind of like you're the team. The three tanks of the team, the rest are just kind of just supporting you in the back. Um, but now when I play ranked, I don't really have much synergy, to be honest. I just do my thing and they kind of just follow me. Um, it's yeah, I don't think having good. You don't have to have insane synergy in ladder, but like in scrims, kind of. In scrims, definitely, actually.
I posted it real quick, by the way. Actually, can we maybe I'll
Xerxes, I don't often play Overwatch anymore, so I'm about 3.9. I peaked for 250.
yeah, never mind Xerxes. Yeah, Xerxes got it. But yeah, if you take a look at that, um, that is the frame perfect shatter, and he shows it in slow motion, but he gets it out, gets the animation of the shield out. Oh no, it did miss Quirky. He blocked it.
What the fuck?
It's a frame perfect. You see, if you look at it in slow motion, the shield, the outline of the shield comes out just as he shatters. He blocked it.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
So Kaiser used to
You
be
must have some.
the fact that Kaiser is not on a team still is an absolute shame. He's one of the best Reinhardts of all time. He's been a top tier Rhine player for a very very long time, and just a good take in general. Actually, I have a story
He's
about.
also on 15 ping.
What'd you say?
He's also on 15 ping.
Oh
So
yeah.
the one frame would be good. It's like the ping helps him a lot. See, if that was me with who playing on 40 ping, I would have been shattered before I even knew in that sort of situation.
I want to actually give a funny story since you mentioned DeFran. For those of you who haven't heard this story, I tell this story quite often, but it's a very for me it was a really intriguing story hearing it as a tank player. I'm losing my bunny ears again. Um, but when I first started playing Overwatch, tanks were very devalued in the community until you got to a very high rank. And then pro players and contenders players, open division, they knew the strength of tank players. And I was watching DeFran, was watching his stream. He was on Tracer, so I'll tell you how long ago this was that Tracer was viable. And
Mm-hmm.
he was playing against one of Kaiser's alts. He didn't know it was Kaiser. And his his chat was going on and on, and because what DeFran was saying was that there's a main tank difference. We don't win this because our Rhine is, a flex player, and that other Rhine is a Rhine player, and so we lose this because our player is just he's flexing to tank because nobody else would play tank. This was pre-roll queue. And that other person actually plays tank. So this is a GG go next. And his whole chat
Mm-hmm.
was basically trying to mock him and say that it was, tanks don't make that big of a difference and he can just zero out the tank. And DeFran was like, listen here, Plat Chat. He's like, you guys have no idea how terrifying a good main tank is because you don't play with good main tanks. He's like, you have no idea what it's like to try to be Widow with an actual coordinated Winston Diva jumping on you every 5 seconds. He goes, you have no idea how stressful that is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and as he said that, Kaiser hit DeFran once. DeFran recalled, and Kaiser threw a fire strike where DeFran recalled and killed him as he came out of the animation of it.
Holy shit. That's
And
crazy.
and DeFran said, "That's a good main tank. That's what a good main tank does." And then he added him and said, "Hey, DeFran, it's Kaiser." And DeFran was like, "Okay, so this is Kaiser." He's like, "This is one of the best tank players in the world right now." He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"So, um, but yeah, I think it's awesome to hear those stories, and that's one of the things that drew me to Overwatch is because I don't have the mechanical skill to aim, but I can make, for the most part, I have my, you know, lackluster moments myself. I think I jumped off the other day off of uh, I was playing with R, and I think I jumped off as an ulting Winston after I killed the Tracer. I jumped off the map on Li Jiang and trying to get the soldier, and so that was a genius moment. But
Mm-hmm.
I can make decisions that are overall good decisions and get huge value because um, I just, as long as I'm concentrating on not feeding and making, my presence a threat, I don't have to, have 50% scoped accuracy with 30% crit or something like that. I can just
Yeah.
have the presence and the game sense to keep my team safe, save them from themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and that's enough of an impact. That's why it's a hybrid game. A lot of people swing one way too much or the other. They like characters like Doom, which if you like Doom, that's fine, but he's such an awkward character to have in an FPS. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
but he falls more into the MOBA category because it is a MOBA FPS. When you have ults and you have like heals and you have these abilities, CC, and all this stuff, you are getting more into a MOBA category than you are an FPS. But not to steer the conversation away from Overwatch, but we're gonna steer the conversation away from Overwatch. You said that you're variety. Were you always planning on being variety, or were you planning on being like an Overwatch streamer? And we all know the current state of Overwatch, and now it's kind of swaying that way. Or
Well, okay, I never really knew what I was gonna go with my stream.
right?
I just did what I felt like doing. Like I don't know. Some days I just don't feel like playing Overwatch, so I'll play Sea of Thieves. Or one day I don't want to play, Sea of Thieves, and I want to play a chill game like Minecraft or Satisfactory, or some random simulator game that's so bad it's funny. Um,
Human fall
like
flat. I'm thinking of.
yeah. Um, but like I don't know. I don't really want to be a complete variety streamer. I just want to be I don't know. I just want to play the games that I enjoy. Like, right? I play a lot of games off stream. I play a lot of Valorant and Escape from Tarkov. I played that on stream last stream, which was interesting. But yeah, no. Um, I just stream whatever I want. I always ask my community what they would rather out of the games that I want to play. So I'd make a straw poll on the games that I want to play, and they'll vote for it. And last time they voted for Tarkov, and then second was Satisfactory. So I played those two games, balanced it out. Um, but yeah, I basically play what I want to play. I make a list of what I want to play, and I ask my community what they want to watch. So makes it fun for both of us.
Well, in getting away from Overwatch, what type of games do you personally, because there is, as streamers, we kind of, we do have an influence over what we play internally because we want to make sure something's entertaining. We want to
Yeah,
keep everybody engaged, and like I would love to play Age of Empires, and I personally
yeah,
love that game. Um, but one, I'm not good at it, and two, running a casual game that I can offer no real input on. Somebody comes in and says, "Hey, what's the best civilization to use?" No clue. I'm running this one. I have no clue. It just wouldn't feel as engaging as something if I were to play Overwatch and offer an opinion, or play Remnant or something like that. So
yeah.
outside of streaming, are there games that you would prefer, or that you play to even relax? Just like, this is my game that I can just chill. Don't have to focus for stream. Don't have to focus for entertainment or competitiveness. I can just play. I kind of want to say Roblox is to troll you, but yeah, I can just play this game and just chill out, and I don't have to think about anything.
Um, hmm. Off stream, I play a lot of different games. I play so many games actually. So I play my I'd say two main games right now is Escape from Tarkov and Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
I love FPS games, and
Mm.
to chill out, I'd say either Minecraft, I have so many chill out games: Satisfactory, City Skylines, Minecraft. You know those types of games. Build them games like all that jazz. Like I play. What else do I play? Assassin's Creed single player games. We got you know Ultimate Fishing Simulator. We got a
That's
Deep
awesome.
Simulator, The Forest, Dead Island, a bunch of games. Did I got Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga. I have a lot of games.
Hang on one second. One of the people in chat made a request. They said get a drum. They're trying to be funny. Hang on, I'm gonna go get a drum real quick.
All right.
All right. If you saw the if you saw the stream, just walk
Yeah,
by with the anything on.
with a drum.
Um, I should have had the mic down so everyone could hear it. But yeah, for me personally, I want to start getting into playing horror games. I just haven't, you know, I'm more scared of making the leap because I don't want to lose people because um there's some people that love to be entertained by somebody getting the jump scare, but there's also people that wouldn't watch it because they don't want to get scared themselves, and I don't want to alienate anybody. Um, but I love horror games. I've been nothing but binge watching on Netflix and everything. Horror games.
I so we I did like a sub goal, right? And it was like 50 subs. Let's chat. If we reach 50 subs, I'll play Outlast 2. I'm such a bitch when it comes to horror. You don't understand. I'm such a bitch when it comes to horror. I hate it. I fucking despise horror, right? And um did you don't understand? It took me 2 weeks to complete that game. 2 fucking weeks because I was so scared to just move. I just didn't want to jump. Like I probably got jump scared about 12 to 15 times, like proper like scream jump scares. Um um I hate them, dude. I can't do it. It's good content. Don't get me wrong. I think I had like 20 average viewers when I did that because my chat is a bunch of sadist fucks. Um, but yeah, like I can't do it. And then I had my camera on too, and one of the people, like one of my viewers, he decided to Photoshop a ghost behind me, and I have a really bad fear for that shit, right?
Hmm.
I won't play it. I will never play paranormal games because of that.
Okay, there goes my
And he decided to
recommendation.
he decided to Photoshop that. I had to stop playing the game for a little bit, dude. I was paranoid for 2 days straight. Cat had to bear witness. Like, oh my god, dude, I was so scared. It was so scary, man. I hate fucking horror games.
Here's the thing. It's not that I enjoy being scared, but I think of when I think of like horror films, I think of people think of stuff like um, the Insidious series, or they think of
Right.
stuff like um, oh god, what's the other series that the main guy from
Paranormal Activity.
Well, Paranormal Activity is one, but I'm thinking of that actor who's in Insidious, the dad, because he's in another Conjuring. There we go. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, The Conjuring. Um,
Patrick Willis.
yes, Patrick Willis. Yeah,
Willis. Well, Patrick Wilson. Yeah, I watched
Wilson.
The Conjuring 1 with my ex, and nah, never again.
uh, they let's see. Kat says there's a horror game I really like called The Occult House. I'll have to check it out, Kat.
Told me about that. No, no.
Well, hey, Kat. There's Cat Ears and Gamer Cat. Hey, Gamer Cat. I'm gonna have to call you GC to distinguish right now. Um, if I'm sorry about the other day. Like I said, my power went out. But we're gonna be doing here community games afterwards. We'll do some of those. If you want to stick around, Cat, you're more than welcome to join for those. You're more than welcome to, Gaslin, if you got nothing going on. We're gonna keep going.
Um,
Oh,
I
sorry.
think I ordered food, and so I'm gonna probably chill out and watch anime 'cause I'm a weeb.
No,
So
that's
after
completely
this,
completely okay. Um,
yeah.
well, one of the things that I definitely wanted to ask you, uh, all right, Kat, sounds good, buddy. One of the things that I definitely wanted to ask you before you go is, as a streamer, what are your goals? And I don't necessarily mean, because we all have, okay, I want to get affiliate, and then I'm try for partner, or I want to try for. But what are your goals for your community? Like, what do you want to achieve, as a streamer for your community? And
I
what's your
love entertaining people. I
okay?
love it. When people say that I'm entertaining, it's the biggest fucking compliment ever, and it gives me the biggest smile on my face. I love it, dude. Listen, I love just entertaining people. Like I could be there, right? I could just like fucking throw my desk or some shit, and people will laugh at it, and I'll be happy about it. Even if my computer's broken, I'll still be happy about it because people like it, you know. And like I don't know. I just like entertaining people. I want a good tight knit community that you know you could chill out in. You can actually talk in without you getting drowned out. Um,
Right.
but maybe if like a miracle happens, I blow up or some shit like that. Like and stuff does happen, and it's nothing they could do about it. But it's like everyone who streams on Twitch, their end goal is to be sort of big, whatever. To just kind of have like a good community. I say that that's someone's end goal or something like that. Like the reason I want partner is so I can get more emotes. I'm not gonna lie.
Same. Yeah,
But
yeah. I actually, yeah, 100%.
um, I want partner, but I also want to entertain more people, and I just want to, you know, put my name out there because I love Twitch and I love the community and I love being a part of the community and you know streaming for people and making content for people. It's good. It's satisfying for myself, and I hope it's satisfying for others to watch. Even if I'm scuffed as fuck and my stream cuts out 6 or 7 times a day, but that's all right.
You know what?
You know,
I have some issues with my stream cutting out, but for those of you who haven't had a chance to meet him on his side of things, Gask is a really really awesome, lovely person. He's super nice. He is very entertaining, and he's very good at the games that he is competitive at. Um, I would highly recommend checking him out. We're gonna of course plug his stream several times here, but I think that one of the biggest inspirations is who we're on a team with, or who's the leader of that team, Mushu. I tell people this all the time.
yeah.
Um, and guys, I was there, so it's not I heard from a cousin's friend, ex-wife twice removed. I mean, I was there when Mushu had, you know, five or six. I remember when it was me, Eclipse, Abu,
Really,
Sept,
you were there that long?
yeah,
I didn't
um,
know, dude. Shit.
and Fern and Trep would be there, of course. Um,
Yeah.
and it was maybe 8 or 9 people she would have on average. So for those of you who know of Mushu, she now averages probably 600 to 800 viewers. She just hit a
Yeah, man.
3,000 sub goal, and I'm telling
Crazy.
you, I was there when she just started. So, and there several people I know, Mittens of Kittens. Let's see who else. Uh, Reed, Prima Dolce, just a bunch of people that have grown their streams, who have hit partner. Um, Darker for Serenity. Darker for Serenity actually is the first person to get his announcement of partner at TwitchCon. They announced it.
Damn.
So yeah. So Parker, Guacamole Sock. Um, I was there when he first started his stream. So, for those of you who do have the goal of partner, if that is your goal, and it's not everybody's goal, there's actually a streamer that I watch from time to time, who averages 50 people, and so he's close to making his way to partner. He's not even affiliated yet. Hey, Kat, what's going on, buddy? I tried to do the interview, Kat. What's up? Uh, I'm doing well, by the way. I'm doing well. Um, but So I got one last question uh, to leave you with, because Kat asked this. She cashed. She asked this question about uh, I think it was a couple of weeks ago before we got a chance to finally do the podcast. But for those of you who don't know, you can actually, the channel points for upcoming episodes of Yawn After Dark, you can cash in the channel points and ask a question. So long as it's, obviously it has to be something, appropriate. And I try to refrain from doing politics, religion. There's enough of that on every, news channel and stuff like that, 24/7, going on in the world. And this gives us a reprieve from the mess and the tragedy that is going on outside. Um, oh, hey Corey, yeah, I posted it in the Discord. But so we got one last question for you, Gask.
Sure.
Okay, Megamind or Shrek?
Shrek.
Shrek. Okay, all right.
Shrek.
And with that,
Um,
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
I just want to say something else.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
On the end goals stuff. Um, like I do, like I said, one partner, but like it is a grind. And if anyone is like wondering on how you just get known on Twitch, Twitch's algorithm is kind of bad. Between me and you, chat, their algorithm's not that good. So like looking outside of Twitch, like TikTok, Discord, YouTube is the best way to get yourself known. Or getting yourself known through communities like Overwatch. Overwatch is a really good way to get known because of like people like Noob Hunter or Fresh Nuts. Getting featured on those videos, they actually really help you. Um, you know, stuff like that. Um, I've been looking into it a lot recently on how to get myself out there more and be more interactive with my chat. I've had you know, don't be afraid to ask streamers on like how you could be a better streamer. Like I asked a good friend of mine called Toka, and she was like, be more interactive, ask more personal questions, give your opinion on things, be more personal with your viewers, be more interactive with your viewers, etc. like that. Because I'm never really personal. I've never been the type of person to be personal, but I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. Because it is a good idea. It's what brings people back to your chat. It's like people feel closer with you. They like, it's nice. For instance, they have like, I came into Yornie's channel. I'm like, oh, dude, I went for like a run yesterday. Oh, I'm going for a run today, and tomorrow I go into his chat. It's like, oh, dude, how did the run go? It's nice to be like that with people. Um, just just my little 10 cents for you
No,
guys
no,
there.
I appreciate it, and I would add one thing. Don't
Mm-hmm.
be afraid to be yourself. I think there's a lot of people that want to imitate, the bigger streamers. I just looked at how messed up I look like a drunk bunny. Um, there's um, this thing's hard to stay on now without any hair. It just kind of like slides off the back of my head. Um, there's a lot of people I think that go out of their way to imitate other big streamers or other personalities. You know
Yeah.
what, everybody, be yourself. If people,
Mhm.
you know, if people want to be in your chat and want to hang out with you, especially I think one of the most crucial things you can do in the beginning. Once you get to a certain number, you can't if you got thousands of viewers, which would be phenomenal. If that's your goal, I wish, that that comes to fruition for you. But for a lot of people, when you get to that goal, you can't control all the people that come into your chat and who comes in and out of it. But I think uh, in the beginning, it's imperative that you create a community that is foundational to who you are as a person, core. And what I mean by that is not some type of everybody must be like me, but I think it's very important that you get people that are um, not just viewers, but people that are friends, people that become your family, people that you
Mhm.
enjoy being around all the time, people that you enjoy that they enjoy being around you all the time. And I think that that's imperative because eventually they become an extension of who you are as a person and a representation of you. When they go to other
Mhm.
streams, when you raid and you've got that, first 20, 25 people and you raid, the majority of those people, they're the way that they behave, the way that they act, that reflects on you as a person. So I
Yeah.
think it's very, very important to be yourself, the genuine article, so that you are attracting people who you would want to hang out with outside of Twitch. That's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Um, and like like it's crazy because like like I said, like getting known in games, for instance, like how I actually got to meet Musha is crazy because I met Holly in a in like a game, and I added her, and she added me, and I was like, "What's up, Holly? I think you're a streamer, right?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "God damn, what are you doing on EU?" Because I thought she was at A. And then she's like, "I meet you." It's like, "What the fuck?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And then we played some games, dude. This is when I was in Diamond, with, like low masters. We played games, we climbed together. I got to know him more. And I was like, "Yo, Holly, you want to play?" She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing with Mushu." I was like, "Who's Mushu?" She's like, "Oh, it's my friend." I was like, "Oh, do you mind if I play with you guys?" She's like, "Yeah." And then we trioed together, and I met Mushu that way. I added Mushu, and I got talking to her. I joined her community. I didn't know she streamed when I first met her, and then I looked at the stream. She's on like 200 viewers, 300 viewers. Like, holy shit, I'm famous. And then yeah, it's like I met her through there. It's crazy. I met her through Holly, so I have a lot to. I'm in a lot of debt to Holly in a way. She introduced me to an amazing community, two amazing community. Well, a lot of amazing communities now. So yeah, it's all because of Holly, really. That I even have anything that I have now on Twitch. Went from like 2 viewers average to about 11, which is crazy just because of kindness and generosity. And it can go a long way. So
Well, and
yeah.
I think it's also super important what you just said, to be appreciative.
Hmm.
Because we want to stay humble, we want to stay appreciative of what we have, and um, Kat, I don't know if you're reading chat. Kat says, "You go, Gasklin, you rock." Um, but
Thank you.
it's yeah, it's also crucial that to stay appreciative and the people that help you because let's be honest here, right? If you didn't have raids, if you didn't have hosts, even the people that are the hundredth of a percent on Twitch, nobody gets to where they are without other people, whether it's
No,
viewers, raids, hosts.
100%.
So, always want to stay humble, always want to stay appreciative of what other people are willing to do because it's a huge thing when somebody raids or hosts or vouches for you because, I mean, they're putting, their reputation on the line. They're introducing you to their
Hmm.
community, which they're close with. That's a very, very big deal. For those of you, by the way, who don't know who Gasklin is talking about, if you haven't had the pleasure to meet her and go to her stream, he's speaking of Holly Whirl, who is also on Team Mushu, or sorry, Mushu Clan, and she is another. Holly's still EU, right?
Yeah, she's still EU.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I couldn't remember if she moved or not. Um, she is a fantastic, wonderful human being, super sweet, super kind. Um, still top 500? She was the other day when I saw. I couldn't remember if she, because Overwatch is sometimes a massive SR
Mhm.
swing. Is she still top 500 right now? I think
Yeah, she
so.
is. She's doing well for herself, dude. I was like,
Okay.
holy shit. Cause I took a break and I was like, holy shit, dude. What the fuck? You're so good at the game now. And I was like, all right, fine. Guess I'm not doing it with you for a while.
Oh, she
No, but we do it a bit ago. So yeah, fun.
she's ranked. She was top 200. Well, I saw her the other day. But she's an
Hmm.
amazing player. And she's an amazing person. I think that's more crucial than anything because games come and go, but who you are as a person is pretty you know I don't want to say set in stone, but it's pretty well as
Established.
yeah, established. Um, but anyways, I Gask, this has been an absolute wonderful, amazing first interview, first opportunity to do this. I learned a lot getting to meet
Hmm.
you again. This is because it's kind of a reintroduction, getting to talk
Hmm.
to you on here. So, absolutely think that you're one of the most wonderful people I've met, and I have Mushu to thank for that. So, it's been awesome to get to hang out
Oh,
with
that's
you.
sweet. Thank
Um, do you want to add anything?
you. Just thank you for having me, dude. Thank you for the opportunity, and it was nice meeting you guys. And you on this chat, you're all wonderful. And yeah, just thank you for having me, dude. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun and sweet and wholesome.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, hey everybody. So again, it's been on the background this entire time. I know he said he did it when he was like 11 years old doing graphic art. But Gasklin TV, please do me a favor if you have not had the chance to meet this wonderful person. He's not streaming. You're not streaming here in a little bit, correct? You're off
Oh
today.
no,
Okay.
no, I'll be streaming tomorrow.
Okay. He's going to be streaming tomorrow. If we have the chance to raid, we definitely will. But do me a favor, go follow him. Again, I'm gonna plug his stream here. And you can find him too in the Mushu clan if you click on that link. Um, Kat says she already followed, so there you go. Kat's awesome, by the way, gamer cat.
Yeah, they seem awesome.
Um,
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
and yes, just absolutely amazing, amazing person. Guys, thank you so much for everybody being here. Thank you for everybody in chat. I appreciate the patience. Like I said, this is a learning process. I haven't done a podcast before, um, but I have a background in journalism, so this was a chance to get um, to do another interview to kind of put those skills a little bit rusty, but what I have to use, and more importantly than anything, it gives me the chance to introduce you all to a fantastic human being and somebody who I think uh, that it's just an integral part of what makes you know Twitch wonderful. Because Twitch is like any other platform, any other social media, any other bit of the internet. There can be some wonderful aspects to it, and there can be some negative aspects to it. Um, Gasklin is one of those wonderful aspects. So
Oh,
definitely go check him out. Um, yes, absolutely. Go show Gaslin some love. And I hear the dog barking. That's the alarm. That's the cue.
sorry.
I know. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Um, but now that I know you have a dog, you gotta post a picture in the pets reveal.
Yeah, I will. I will
Um,
when I get
but
around.
but all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and end the interview there. Gaslin, thank you so much again for everything. For
Hmm.
those of you who would have any interest in being on future episodes of Yana After Dark and Meet the Streamer, feel free to join the Discord, message me. Um, Feel free to contact me if you don't have Discord or anything like that. Feel free to contact me through uh, Twitch if you want to. Yeah, just whatever way that you can get a hold of me, feel free to do so. And again, huge thanks to Gasklin. It's not possible, as I said before, it's not possible to be able to do this stuff without people like him. So thank you so much. We'll leave it there. Tomorrow